Hi, all. This is going to be longer than usual because I've been called to action, called to do something that I barely know how to do myself, and I've been holding off on it for a bit too long because I thought I would have to perfect hands to then show a tutorial on how to do them. So this is going to be a fake tutorial. This is just my process on how I get to a point where I can say that that's good enough, So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around, yeah? I've already tried to do a little bit of something just to warm up, but let's try to, do it live, do it raw. So, firstly, I would say the most important thing about doing hands to me is to get the thumb right, because the thumb sort of measures the other fingers and it gives weight to the others, and the palm, and even the wrist and all that. So, I did this because this is like what people would say to do, right? Do the blocks and then the circles. I'm not saying this is a bad way. I actually do this way a lot too. But since this is my tutorial, that's how they would do it right there, right? And then fingers. Yeah, see that already looks good. If I was, taking this seriously, I would stick with that. But okay, so my way, and I should say firstly to get one of these, because you'll go through a lot more erasers in life than you ever will pencils. And we're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So that's how I get to a lot of my drawings anyway, is erasing a whole bunch. Because I never stuck with guidelines and that sort of way. But when I do them, they help a whole lot. So I would recommend guidelines and references and all that. So anyway, let's get started with something. Let's think about the position of the hand. Let's just do this, right? A pointing finger, but like this way. So, like I said, the thumb would be the most important. We already know that since we're going to be pointing, the tip of the thumb, or the tip of the nail, is going to be up that way, right? And the flat of the nail, this pink part, is going to be sort of facing backwards to this guy who's pointing. Okay, so yeah, we'll go with that. I should do it a bit bigger. Let's do it bigger. So, we already know this is going to be the thumb. Big curve. Never a straight thumb, and never a one curve way thumb like this. Thumbs have like a waviness to them. So this is the first wave. Second wave right here where the nail is, and we'll just indicate a nail like that. Already that's a bit skinny, so already I know to erase. Give it a little bit more girth. And already I already don't like, see, it's so weird to talk about it and do it at the same time, but I'm erasing this because it's too long, and I want to do something else too real quick to show you guys something, which you should already know, but it's just the little lines, little wrinkles in your thumb right here that we should probably add now to show more measurements, right? So this is the thumb, the thumb has like little lines that come back in, and so there would be more wrinkles right here. Is it what I'm talking about? So not there, but a little bit down here. Dang it, I should talk about the rule of thumb too. Aw, man. That's how I go about all my measurements, actually, the rule of thumb, if anyone knows what that is. So now the next part, so let's say we got the thumb right. Here is our next process, which is, I'm recording with this hand, so I can't really show you. This part, little dip. That's what we're going to do next. So don't just go straight into the finger. We have to get this dip pretty, about like that. I don't know what the word is. Pretty detailed, pretty noticeable. Yeah, we need to get that dip noticeable. So there it is. That dip, and then we're going to have a knuckle right here, and then we can do the finger. So don't just go straight into the next finger. Do the dip, and then do the knuckle, and then you could do the finger. So that's our dip. Doesn't look great. I'm going by the rule of thumb here now. Not the actual thumb, but that's just a saying. I'm going by the rule of thumb to measure where my knuckle is. And I can see that my knuckle is kind of where this wrinkle in my thumb is. That makes sense? That knuckle there is measured right where this thumb is. So we go back here. This is the thumb that I was measuring with. So the knuckle's going to be like right here too. and then we'll go forward with the finger. Again, this doesn't look great. I would erase this, but I'm talking about too much other stuff right now. This looks actually super thick. Quickly erase. We are already 5 minutes in. We don't even have a hand down. Okay, so let's try to rush through this. This is a tutorial of what not to do. Okay, so I said we're gonna do a pointing position, so let's just go quickly back down and understand that, again, fingers, just like the thumb, is not gonna be straight and it's not gonna be curved one way usually. So don't do straight for the other knuckles. Have it like this, go down that way, right? So really quickly, I'm just rushing now, but those would be the other fingers, right? And here's another important part, just as important as the thumb, because how I said this part was important with the measurements of all this, the ending, or this other side, opposite side, is just as important. So we're not really basing it off my hand, but we can use the rule of thumb again to measure the whatever you see, basically, whatever indicates something, use your thumb to measure it. So I see that line goes right about here to where my little folds were. So that would be the pinky. And this is where, no, not quite like that, but okay, hopefully this helps a poor soul out there. And if not, then yeah, there's other stuff to do. So at this point, you kind of got the shape of the form. You could do a lot more details with the wrinkles of the nails and all that, and even adjust the length of the fingers, because hands are super perfected in a way. Like it's weird. But I wish I could talk more about the rule of thumb, which I guess I'll do now. You just use your thumb to measure basically everything that you're referencing or drawing. So anything I could just say, like there, if I wanted to draw that candle, I would do from the tip of my thumb to the very first wrinkle down there. See, that's how big it would be. So I would just use that measurement in my head. It's like a mental thing. I don't know how else to describe it. Some people can like read the stars and measure the time with the sun. It's kind of like that. I'm just not good enough to explain it.